Hey, I'm Nick, and before I've talked about the motivation cycle and how the relationship between getting motivated to do something, doing that thing, then getting motivation to keep going is a cycle that can start anywhere in that process. But what I want to talk about now more than before is how even though the process can start anywhere, relying on that motivation isn't a good thing, which is something I've said before about stop waiting for motivation to hit. If you actually get started on something, you'll get motivated to keep on going. But another tactic that I've seen used is instead of waiting for motivation, you may spend time on your phone looking at any motivational speeches or motivational speakers talking about the subject that you're interested in. Now, you may think that this is a really good way of getting me to do stuff. I really feel motivated to get started on it after watching these videos and spending time on my phone. But what you may find is that people who say that, when it actually comes down to it and disconnecting from their phone, they actually don't get a start on things. Now, they may get a start on it later in the day, maybe even the next day, but the fact of the matter is that they're so pumped up and motivated, yet nothing gets done. And I want to point that out today, and I want to talk about when you use a third-party way of getting motivation, you're not being motivated independently. You're sourcing your motivation from, in that case, a phone. And where you are disconnected from your phone, you are disconnected from that source of motivation and wanting to do that thing. And what I've noticed is that it's easier to get a start on something out of discipline than out of getting that fake motivation and then experiencing that disconnect where you put down your phone and actually try and get that thing done after thinking you're motivated. That action actually leads you demotivated, and it's much harder to find the discipline to do it anyway and then go through the cycle. So a fix for this would be to ditch motivation entirely, but of course there's still times where you do get motivated for something and then get a start on it and then experience, let's say, a really good workout after pumping yourself up, or you learn something really valuable after overthinking it in your head. And those examples I like to call independent motivation. You see, when you aren't sourcing your motivation from a video or from your phone and you're actively going through your head and maybe you're thinking about your goal and what you want to achieve and pumping yourself up, thinking about what are the steps I need to do to get to where I want to be. Maybe that's part of your dream or your goal that I've talked about before. Maybe you've set time away and you've realized what you want to achieve in the future. If you get hyped up through nothing but your own will, you'll find that that motivation will last much longer, and in fact will actually last while you're actively doing the thing than it would be if you're staring at a screen and then getting off that screen and trying to start. So if that was a bit quick, I hope that you took something away from that and will start being independent with your motivation and not relying on another factor like your phone for the motivation. Or even better, if you just have that discipline to do it anyways. So thanks for watching. I'll throw up some more videos of the channel if you want to check them out, but until then, I'll see you later.